Welcome everyone to another 3 Questions with Commercial Integrator. Today I am very privileged to be joined by Warren Fernandez of Microsoft. Warren, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Jonathan. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. Warren participated in a recent webinar where we talked a lot about IoT devices, data and analytics, specifically in meeting rooms and rooms of that size. Right off the bat, Warren, what are the benefits of gathering data in meeting rooms?
Well, Jonathan, the way I like to think about it is first, imagine if your meeting room could be more than just a static place to facilitate work. So here at Microsoft, when we think about what I call smart spaces, we're not constrained to focus exclusively on the physical room itself or only the facilities management of that room. Instead, we actually take a people-centric approach where we first consider the people who visit or use the space, as well as the people who rent or own the room itself. So at Microsoft, our mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. So by working together with partners such as Sharp to digitally transform our customers' spaces, we can first enable more productive people, but also drive improved efficiencies, reduce costs, and overall raise the level of room utilization.
Yeah, and all of that is going to come from business intelligence from the data that's being collected. But a lot of end users don't know what sort of data should be collected in these meeting room spaces.
It's a great question. The actual data that you're going to collect can certainly vary based on the building and user needs, but generally you want to start with a minimal set of key measurements that are going to help inform the way a space owner or a space operator can maximize the productivity of users of the room, as well as improve the utilization of the space itself. So examples of this are going to include things such as temperature, lighting, air quality, but also things such as whether or not people are in the room, or perhaps how many people are in the room for a given meeting. Now, it's also important to note that any data you collect and handle must be done so in a secure fashion, protecting users' privacy.
Yeah, and I know that obviously we're collecting this data and we're trying to make decisions based around that data, but how can integrators and their customers use that data to make informed decisions on how to utilize meeting rooms or maybe how to change how they're utilizing meeting rooms?
Sure. Well, there's some clear and obvious cost savings opportunities associated with use cases such as, let's say, tying a room's temperature data into a building's HVAC system, or tying a room's user presence and lighting data into a building's electrical system. But utilities are actually just the tip of the iceberg in my mind. Typically, the most expensive thing in any given space is actually the people physically occupying the room, generally followed by the cost of the real estate. So what that means is any action a space owner or operator can take to, first of all, improve the efficiency of how the space is used, but more importantly, how efficient the people in that space can become, those folks are going to see significant productivity gains and cost savings over time. So for example, having the ability to detect when CO2 levels in a room are rising, which has been proven to lower human productivity, and being able to send an automated command to a building's HVAC system to temporarily raise the airflow to that particular room. Or knowing when it's okay to automatically release a room that's been booked but not physically occupied, freeing up that space for other people to make use of. Or perhaps having the ability to know that a room that has been designed and budgeted for 20 people at a time is typically reserved by no more than 7 to 8 people, suggesting there could be an opportunity to either subdivide or redesign the space, freeing up valuable room for other purposes.
And if folks want to learn more about Microsoft and kind of the devices and the services that you guys offer feeding into data and meeting room analytics, where should they go and how can they learn more?
Well, thanks for asking. So here at Microsoft, Microsoft Teams is one of our most powerful brands in the collaboration space, and we maintain something called the Teams Devices Marketplace, where you can find more information on the Windows collaboration display from Sharp, as well as many other Teams branded collaboration solutions. So I'd encourage anyone with interest to go take a look at that website and look up potential devices and solutions that could meet their needs.
All right. Well, I encourage everyone to do the same. Microsoft is obviously a huge player in the game and offer a myriad services and opportunities for more data, more analytics, and more business intelligence for integrators and their customers. Warren Fernandez of Microsoft, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jonathan. It was a pleasure.